Okay, for posterity, I've come from over there. You can see the blue blazes. I've made it up to Point Steeple, and it's always funny because I'm always climbing up to these high places, and man, I climbed out on these rocks. You'll see, it's kind of like those rocks over there. I'm on a outcropping like that, and yeah, I'll be honest, fuck being out here. It is really windy too. You could probably hear it. I am not a fan of heights, despite always climbing up them. Because man, you can't really beat that view. Camp is somewhere in that direction. So it's a little lake somewhere, I think, down there. That's where I'm headed next. I mean, seriously, it just drops off on the other side of this outcropping thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get off of this, and yeah, I think this is probably the sight to see. There's actually a peak over there. It's probably that one right there. But there's another point. I'm going to that this afternoon. We'll see how it goes. Those were the rocks I was just on. I moved over to the other ones. It's a lot nicer, and you can see the lake. Trail is that way. That's where I'm headed. It cuts back through something down there, and yeah, so far so good. All right, I made it to the lake. There's a dam at one end of it, so I'm obviously there. It's kind of cool. There's supposedly a trail. I'm not sure whether it's supposed to be that or continue on. We're gonna figure that out in a second, but mainly I'm taking this because most of these dams are like, I don't know, a bunch of bricks or something, but this is just a slope, and all I want to do is go over it. In like a tube, maybe my kayak. Yeah. Bottom's not great, but I think that'd probably be pretty fun. You'll see, this is what I'm talking about. I just took a nap and climbed up to a place called Sunset Rocks. Possibly these rocks, you'll see in a second. But it's like, in order to get a view, like you could see, there's the overlook, there's the sunset. Why is it always gotta be out on these rocks? Try taking pictures right here, you got trees. Oh. Fucking hell. Like, all right. Yeah, hard pass on that. Got Pride Rock right here next to me. It's just what you gotta do to get these views. And that sounds a lot cooler than it is, because it's not. It's windy as hell up here. All right, I'm gonna take some pictures and get off these rocks. Check this guy out. He's not happy with me. Just slowly making his way back to the deeper water. I almost like walked right up on him because he was just chilling on these rocks. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, let's see, is he just gonna swim away? No. All right, good luck, crayfish. Okay, so I haven't really been taking a ton of videos yet this year, at least while camping around. But it's 8 a.m. I'm in a place called Coderus State Park down near York in Pennsylvania. Pretty cool. You're seeing the map of it right here. But I am staying in a yurt. right now. You can see most of it. Got a refrigerator, microwave, oven, door, bunk bed, other bed, large bed where I'm sleeping. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice park. Just really wanted to, as I was going through my morning routines, this is my 4th time out this year. It's April 23rd. Yeah, it's my 4th time out this year, and I've gotten into a little routine of things. I've been mostly staying in these yurts. I have stayed in my car again, but it's been nice having some space to spread out. Plus, it's allowed me to do some different things, which, like, I got a lot of the car camping out of my system last year, which I really don't mind it at all. It actually feels really great on my back. But I like being able to do some other activities, so here I am. That's where I'm at. As part of my routine, I have been getting out here on Friday nights. It's a Saturday morning right now. I come down here just because it's nice to have a full day where I don't have to drive. And it actually makes it feel like I've been down in the woods for a little bit more than just like a day trip. So I'm getting together here and some other things. I just want to show you pretty much what I've been doing. So, get down here on a Friday night. It took about 2.5 hours to get here from my house, leaving after work. So you get here around 7:30, another 15 minutes for finding the site, which I'll get into at a later point. When you get to these big lake parks, I mean, you end up, the visitor center is here, right? The campsite is, it's somewhere around here. I can see the water, and I think I can see it there. I'm pretty sure I'm like here. But like, you get here at 7:30 and there's no one at the camp office, and it's just like, where do you go? So I grabbed one of these maps. You can clearly tell that this is the campground. Just kidding, because it's not marked at all. And drove around here like an idiot for a little bit. It seems to happen a lot at these lake parks. Not very clearly marked where you actually need to go to camp. But I digress. The point is that you get here late, pretty much start a fire immediately, cook some food. I discovered that I had left my like plastic utensils at home. I have like a fork, knife, and spoon. I do have the spoon. I don't know why I don't have the fork and the knife. But thankfully I had these chopsticks, which is great. And thankfully half the stuff that I bring, like I just have this bag of food. There's just like random dry food and cans in there that I just carry wherever. And I bought it in the beginning of the year, and I just randomly eat whatever I feel like. All right, I got this sweet chili noodle bowl. Worked out pretty well. The trick is you add the sauce last, because the first one I made, I added with the boiling water, and it was not good. So yeah, that worked out. But I have no idea what I'm doing today. I generally wake up. I was grabbing, in the meantime, some coffee beans. My sister had gotten me for Christmas this like air filtration, I don't know. It's basically a French press as well as a grinder. I got this grinder here. I got this grinder here where I'm going to take the beans out of here. I'm gonna pour them in that thing. I'm gonna attach it back up like so, and you twist it around and it grinds. Obviously I need to be holding that at the bottom. Pour them in this crazy thing with some boiling water. I still have, I honestly can't recommend thermos. Go get a thermos. You're gonna come out here, because damn, it just makes things easy. So that's still filled with boiling water from last night, which will still be pretty hot enough to make this coffee at least. But essentially, You put a filter in that thing, you put that thing on the end of this thing, you put that there, you fill it with beans or grounds, hot water. It goes down, and then you get some coffee. It's great. It's so much nicer than that nasty instant coffee. I still have that too, just in case. So essentially, I'm gonna grind that up while I sit here and figure out a plan for the day. There's a terrible glare that I can't do anything about, but considering I'm here, it's like, all right, what's around? Dirt on my map is what's around, but there's a trail here, Mary Ann Furnace Trail. Yeah. So that's gonna happen first. As soon as I drink this coffee, I'm gonna walk over there and do that. Doesn't look very long because the where's that? 3/4 of a mile is that? Yeah, look at that. That's nothing. I'm gonna do that in 20 minutes and be back here. Thankfully, though. So that's the other thing about these lake parks. Like on one hand, you end up at the visitor center that's on the other side of the lake with no marking of where the hell to go. Like looking at the map, you could have been anywhere around here to have to camp. So you have that issue, and the other issue is that the trails generally don't connect, especially in these bigger lakes. If it's a small lake, you're gonna have like a lakeside trail, lake view trail, something like that goes around the lake, and it's nice. It's generally the one that I always do because you get the most exposure. But in these big, I mean, this isn't a big oval lake, oblong, I don't know what the right word is, but so you can't easily have a trail going around it because it would have to come like all the way down here and all the way down here and all the way back up. I mean, you probably could, and I probably would do it because it would be awesome, but at the same time, most people probably wouldn't because it's long as hell, and you would have to maintain it, so why would you? Either way, the moral of the story is I'm going to do this, but you can see it doesn't connect to anything else. I'm going to see the furnace, which will be cool, and then I'm going to walk back. And then what? Drive over to that parking lot. These are parked. Oh, fuck, I lost it. That's a parking lot. I mean, it does show that there's a gate, so hopefully that's open. Park there and I guess do this. Would be kind of cool. This is a very nice park. It's the cleanest park that I've been to. This yurt is super clean. Like the last one I was in had like what are those called? Stink bugs and things all up in the corners here. I haven't seen a single bug except for this gigantic spider that unfortunately was like 6 inches away from my head. I was laying in bed reading my book, and I like look up and this thing is right on the bedpost just like staring at me. Not fun. Not easy to go to sleep not thinking about spiders after that, but I did kill it, but still. Yeah, it's a really clean park. It's a really nice park. It's set up for horses and boating, not necessarily set up for hiking. It's also set up for people using the swimming pool and day use areas. Everyone out here is in an RV. Like, these are the camping loops here. Actually, here's a better example. Yeah, that yurt, that is the yurt. There's one. It's the one I'm in. It's pretty funny because I thought there were going to be a bunch of them. And I drove out here and it's literally, it was like yurt 122 on the map. It's the only yurt. But you can see a lot of these other things are RVs, and everything is RVs. Like there are RVs all over the place, which, I mean, it's kind of funny because like I noticed this last night. I tend to avoid being by the RVs if I can, because they always have their lights on and the people never seem to go anywhere. They're just hanging out at the living room they dragged out to the woods. I don't honestly understand it. I don't know why you would come out here and just sit in front of your vehicle all day and then go back in it and go back to sleep. Like, that sounds terrible, but that's what people do, and that's why I don't like it, because you just have constant neighbors outside your campsite, because they never leave the campsite. They just cook in the woods or 24 hours. Not my thing, but the funny thing is, like, getting here late and being, I mean, I can't really show. You can see an RV over there. The rest of them are across the way. But since everyone in these RVs is like 80 years old, they all went to sleep at like 9 o'clock. It was like 8:39. All of the lights were out. There was no noise around here. It was hilarious. I was the only person like sitting around the fire at that point. And then, so I'm sitting there last night thinking, haha, that's so funny. They all went to sleep so early. But unfortunately, I paid for it this morning because I all got up at like 4:30. I could hear them moving around. Yeah, I guess something to be cognizant of in the future. Yeah, so gonna go hit that. Gonna make this coffee in a second. I did the whole, you see there's lotion there? Let me say, if you're using a lot of this disinfectant or these disinfecting wipes or hand sanitizer or anything, bring lotion with you, because I mean it's seriously, like, my hands were bleeding last night because they got so dry from using the Clorox to try to sanitize them. Also have some baby wipes. Can't recommend them enough. I know a lot of you have kids. Take some of those baby wipes. It saves you from having to walk half a mile to go take a shower with 40 old people. I got big plans for tonight, though. After I'm talking shit about people cooking all day in the woods. I got my knife. I've got an onion. I've got like 8 habaneros. Nasty coffee. Yeah, I got 8 habaneros. I got some sesame oil. And I've got a bag full of shrimp that I just happen to have at home. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to cut up these habaneros and this onion. I'm going to put them in the cast iron pan, which I got over here. Oh yeah, the spoon coming in clutch. You know, I'm also not above using this thing as a fork, but I did accidentally kind of melt it a little bit. I can't remember what even happened, but yeah, inadvertently got melted, so it kind of sucks to use now. But I got my cast iron pan. I figure chop up the onion, chop up some habaneros, thaw out the shrimp, put it on the fire, stir it around for a little bit. Pretty much kebabs that aren't kebabs. Yeah, should be good. Should be interesting. And honestly, it's just a nice change of pace from like chicken and dumplings or beans, or especially, geez, man, like, people are probably like, oh, that's weird camping food. But you know what? I've got the beef jerky. I've got the other stuff. I have eaten so much goddamn beef jerky in just the past year and a half that, like, I need to change it up. I can't be eating freeze-dried stuff all the time. I got Takis to try to make it interesting. I'm hesitant to eat them because I haven't had the blue ones, and if it messes with my stomach, that would really suck out here in the woods. But it's like I'm making shrimp and fucking habaneros out here because I'm bored with everything else that you could generally cook. Because I'm used to it. I've had it a lot. Not a lot going on over here. I just figured I'd show you. That's the Spider Killer 5000 right there. Skylight as well. I love that about these yurts. You get some natural light in the morning. Nice way to wake up. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna film anything else around here. The only other plan would be like, I'm gonna do that, and it's supposed to get warmer, and depending on how that goes, like, it's cloudy right now and it says it might rain, but depending on how the day goes, I'm going to come around to one of these boat launches. Probably this one. I want to go to this one right there, main launch, because I want to hit this Long Island and Round Island with these were actually scouted out by the Creative Brothers. So I'm probably gonna launch out from down here just because it's close, and then kayak down here to these islands. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It doesn't look like it's gonna be an easy hiking day, so yeah. If it's gonna be warm and it's gonna be sunny, I got my kayak and plenty of water. So, see how it goes. Just, yeah, doing things a little differently this year. Keep you posted. I just went outside and it's already raining, so yeah, it's gonna be an interesting day. Also, I've realized that I've left my iPhone, like the white part that plugs into the outlet that you connect your cord to, the actual plug itself, left that at home, which would suck except for the fact that I've got like, come on, these solar panels and the battery packs. So I always have 3 battery packs. I can't recall if I've ever mentioned that before. And I have them charged up. And you could charge it with an input in the middle there, and you've got 2 outputs. So, yeah, battery packs. Always have them. It's not raining anymore, but you can see what I mean about it all being RVs. Like this. Sitting outside of your vehicle in the field is just not appealing to me. You know, tell me this isn't the most ominous thing you've seen in a long time. Old barn. Vulture? Pretty sure. Yeah, we're gonna get closer. Oh shit, it's gone now. What did I get? Turn around for 2 seconds. Well, it was there. I didn't even see it up in the sky. I guess I got it on film. You guys know I'm not crazy. Apart from the fact that I'm still gonna go check out this creepy ass barn. No trespassing, alright. How far away from the barn do you think that rule extends? Looks like the top part's about to come off the bottom part. So, yeah, not trespassing is probably not a bad call. That's pretty cool. All right. Anticlimactic. Was a pretty cool sight to see that vulture in the window, though. Check back in if I see anything else. All right, so close to the creepy barn is creepy benches. Why would you have this? Like, what's going on out here? Don't know. Not sure I want to know. Let me get out of here. I'm walking out of the trail right now and it took me an hour. You may not look it, but these shrimp turned out really, really spicy. And they're delicious. Okay, so I'm on my way back from Kings Gap and I'm like, let me hit Noldy Forest, which is apparently how it's pronounced according to the guy I just talked to. Noldy Forest, whatever. I was like, let me hit it on the way back. I'll cross another one off the list. I've looked it up before and I know I can't camp here. So I'm like, let me just show up. I'll walk around a little bit. I can say that I've been there and whatever. It'll be one less place I have to go. So I drove up here. It's a little bit towards Reading. And took like an hour and a half. I'm not sure how far out of the way. It doesn't seem like too far out of the way, which is nice. Worst case scenario. But what the fuck? Yeah, I just drove down the street and was like trying to figure it out, and some guy was outside, so I was talking to him, and he was like, yeah, that's the entrance. I don't know why it's closed. I'm like, I don't know why it's closed either. So My dilemma, like this, my dilemma first off is I am just parked right there. All right, it's not on the road, and supposedly people shouldn't be here, but at the same time, it does say no parking in this area. Now, I kind of feel like they can go fuck themselves in that regard because there's nowhere else to go. But the worst part is, the thing that's really eating away at me right now is it's not locked. It's just closed. It's not locked. All I want to do is push the gate open and go in there. And I know you probably shouldn't film yourself committing crimes, but what I'm gonna do is walk up there a little bit, see if there's anything right around the corner, and if not, we'll make a game time decision. But let's see how things go. All right, well, I mean, I walked up here. There's a little pond. It doesn't seem to be anyone here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff like this tape and a lot of signs for road closed and whatnot. Not on the main road, but like this little dirt thing I just walked up. You know what? I've never seen a police officer out here. Like, in all of this driving around, there are never any police anywhere. So fuck it, I'm just gonna walk around a little bit, and if I get a ticket, I get a ticket. And if not, cross it off the list. I didn't drive out here not to come in here, come on now. Also, I'm wondering what out of these snakes is the one that we saw yesterday. Doesn't really look like any of them. Maybe this guy. Northern water snake. That wouldn't surprise me, that's not too far off. I'm talking about the one that was obviously in the water poking its head out. The main thing you always gotta watch out for, like, it's... The snake on the trail didn't freak me out too much because I figured it wasn't venomous. Because you gotta look out for those heads. If they have a head that looks like a heart, then you're in trouble. But if it's just like a little round head, look at that little guy. I'm not trying to run into him or deal with him outside, but come on. It's not so scary. But there's a bunch of them in here. All right, I'm walking back to the car. I just checked the website. There's nothing about it not being closed today. It even specifically says open every day from sunrise to sunset. So I'm going in. I don't give a shit. Okay, you can see behind me, there's another parking lot. I drove to the other side of the park. Turns out there's a lot of different parking lots along the perimeter that aren't just through that gate. And I know that because I got a map now. Matt, where did you get a map? Yes. The helpful ranger, who was not too thrilled to see me driving up, gave me one. He's like, oh, the gate was locked. The gate wasn't locked. He said it was dummy locked. And I wasn't arguing with him. I didn't say it wasn't locked. I was like, oh, I talked to some people around here. They said it's the only entrance. And he's like, let me just give you a map. And then I was like, all right, you want me to close the gate on the way back out? He goes, yeah. I'm kind of hustling around. I'm trying to get away from the parking lot right now. Because he shows me these other places. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to Church Road. He's like, go to this one right here. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go check that out. Thank you. So you want me to close the gate on the way out? He's like, yes, and I want you to lock it. And I was like, completely lock it? He goes, yes. All right, no problem. So I think I'm going this way. So it's fucking ridiculous. So on my way back out, another car is driving in from the road, probably because the gate's not closed. And like the ranger was kind of following me back out as well. But I turned a corner and I saw this other car, and then it went around the corner, and I didn't see either of them. So, very possibly, the other car was just another person like me coming out here trying to hike. I'm not sure. Maybe it was another ranger or like staff, because I did get to the gate and I locked it and I just bailed the fuck out of there. So either I locked them both in there, or yeah, I don't know. I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get the hell out of here real quick. So I drove over here and got out of my car and got in the woods. So dude's gonna have to put in some effort to find me now. Might find my car, but I'll be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I wasn't over there. You know, this has been one interesting weekend, and I'm loving it. I'll let you know if I see anything cool out here. Well, we're off to a good start. Just kind of climbed up a little thing and then climbed down to this side. I'm on the watershed trail now. Nice, like, flat little trail. Runs along here. I'm gonna take this to, there's like a historic sawmill. That's a cool bird. Go that way. There's a nice little park. I'm definitely not gonna do all of it. I'll show you on the map. The reason why I'm taking this here is they've got these things posted. Salamander swims through the water looking for a male. I mean, I guess maybe, but I'm assuming it's probably supposed to say mate. So I started out I went in there. I got to about there until I was told to turn around, go back the way you came, boy. So I did. Locked the gate there. Bailed the fuck out down here. There's the sawmill. Drove down here to Church Road, went up here, parked here. I've gone this way. Now I'm right here. So I'm gonna walk this way, it's pretty good. But you can see, there's a lot going on here. There's some pretty decent peaks around here too. I don't know what the elevation is, alright, it's only 840, but still. I'm gonna have to come back here and actually do a day of hiking. I'm not gonna do that today, because I'm pretty sure I'll destroy my feet if I attempt to do that. Plus, I mean, it's already like 2 o'clock. It's already like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I probably have another 2 hours, not 2 hours, probably another hour and a half to drive home, which kind of sucks. Not excited about that. And I kind of just want to get home at this point, back to my house. And yeah. So we'll see. I figure I don't know if that's a part of something or what, but yeah, I figure I feel relatively satisfied. I came out here, had a little bit of adventure. Yeah, I guess it is a story. You got kids, bring them on down. There's like this little salamander story going along the watershed trail. And it's a pretty nice trail, you can see right here. I'm gonna turn this off in a minute, but yeah. Hit up the sawmill, head on home, and it has been an insanely successful weekend. You can't beat all of this. It's kind of funny, there's a cool map of like the Schuylkill and the full distance that it runs. I mean, it's literally this little Schuylkill right there, Schuylkill up here. I mean, we're pretty far. There's Philly down there. So it goes all the way up. It's interesting just because I like maps, but it's kind of funny. Right in the middle of all the things that's marked here. Sorry, bugs in my eyes. It's the Cabela's. And I know exactly where it is. I've been there. Everyone in this state has been there. If you say the Cabela's, people know what that is. It's like a landmark. Pretty funny. Okay, a couple interesting things. I made it to the sawmill. It's over there. It's whatever. As you can tell, lots of people over here. Or lots of people over here. I don't know if you can see that before. It would have been really nice if at the gate there was like some mention. You could see, I'll show you right here. Sawmill parking lot is full. Here's some other suggestions. Here's maps. You know, why wasn't that over at the other one? Even this giant map would have shown me, hey, there's like 10 other places you could park around here. Would have been nice. I really don't feel bad about that. Interesting things. They're good for volunteers, for like secretaries and website managers. Those are jobs. A volunteer thing. But the other thing that I thought was really interesting was this. Too. That's apparently invasive. And that right there apparently you're not allowed to photograph in here without paying for a permit and giving them 2 weeks to give you permission to take pictures. Kind of ridiculous. Apparently not paying these people with that permit money. Good times. Can't say I'm a fan of this one. There's apparently a groundhog living under my cottage here. I just came back and I'm gonna scare him off. Yep. You know, I saw the hole earlier and I thought, that looks like a place a groundhog would live. Which wasn't there, but I think that's where it just went in. Yo, what the fuck? A crow just landed right on my car, right next to me. There's 2 of them. It's not ominous at all. Are they crows or ravens? I can't, no, they're crows. Yeah, don't worry. I don't mind crow scratches on my car. That was pretty damn cool though. Look at this guy. He doesn't know what to do with himself. I don't know if you remember the ravens from Alaska at all, but they're a lot more rough looking and fluffy, not as like smooth. That's what I was thinking was the groundhog hole, which definitely is. So yeah, making lots of woodland friends out here. This is the view. That's my little cabin. Got a screened in porch, which is nice. A little sleeping area and like a little table and stuff. Picnic table. Yeah, apparently this is their cabin too. And a fire pit. Should be a good weekend. Okay, since I was just showing the outside, I figured I'd show the inside. It's the inside of the quote-unquote camping cottage. Nice little screened-in area. The socks are outside because they smell terrible. There's like the regular campsites are over there on the other side of that road. A lot of RVs per usual. And guess how many people I saw out on the trail? 0. Because people in RVs come to hang out in their RVs. I don't get it. Got a little couch thing. That's the wrong light. Got a little couch thing right there. Some little windows. You can see that's like my dinner and stuff. Basically, cup of noodles and some rice cakes. So yeah, breakfast of champions. Little table. Got some stuff, more snacks, some chairs, my computer in case I get bored. Because yeah, you get stuck out here at night and there's not much to do, especially because I have no signal. I also have a book. You can see here's the reading area. Got a book, got a little lamp. I'm posting up over here on the biggest of the bunks. See, I got my little whatever mat laid out there. I got my stuff up there. I just haven't pulled it down, but yeah, sleeping bag and a sheet. I wasn't sure how hot it was going to be in here. Thankfully, it's not very hot. Also have a fan, which is awesome. And some of you might think that the noise would be annoying, but I love that. I always have like white noise on, so that's going to be kind of nice. There is this thing, which there's no switch to it or anything. Maybe there's a switch under this. Oh, yo, check that out. All right, never mind. I figured it out. Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be keeping the place cool. I'm not going to mess with that. There's no like thermostat or anything, which is fine. I didn't expect there to be. It's just more than I expected there to be, and it's a lot cooler than I thought it would be. So, yeah, should be living large tonight. About to make some dinner. I got some bacon for breakfast. I got some chicken strips, and I got some steak. Got 2 of these little steaks. Just I never trust that I'm gonna cook like really thick steaks enough, especially when it's dark and I can't really tell. The little ones are pretty nice, but yeah, that's it. To be honest, if this place had a bathroom, and a shower, obviously, I could probably live in here. Don't really need much more than this. Thankfully, there's the bathroom situation, actually. I wonder if you can see it from here. Up there and to the right is the bathroom, and it seems like my cottage door key unlocked the door to the bathroom, so it doesn't seem to be open for the public, which is nice. It's nice and clean, has a shower in there, not too far away. Still kind of sucks at night if you gotta walk up there, but yeah, whatever. It's what it is. You're in the woods. It's basically glamping. So, all right, I'll let you know if I come across anything cool. Hopefully I don't get eaten by crows. This guy does not appear to be doing well. I think it's a rainbow trout. Whenever I'm trying to fish these guys out, they're like the most aggressive things in the world. Come out here, no fishing pole or anything. This guy's just taunting me. I can probably grab him from that rock, but it's one of those things where it's like, what do you do next? Carry a fish back? I'm like 2 miles away from where I'm staying. Yeah, he is not having a good time of it. That's the other thing. You want to eat a fish, it's floating around in the water like that. Probably not. Probably something wrong with them. Well, all right, moving on. I also need to just point out that this is one of the most picturesque places I've ended up in a while, especially because there's no one out here, which is a big difference from the noisy campground. But I mean, it's, apart from that dying fish, it's pretty much, what else could you ask for? Yeah. They also have blazes every like 2 feet, which is hilarious to me. It's like the least obscure trail. It's stay along the river. Yeah, don't worry. Every 20 feet, yellow blaze. Seems like it might be overkill. I lost him. Wow. There's a bunch of surfers down there right away. I gotta at least try to get this on camera. There it is. probably a humpback. Yeah, it's eating all the fish. Alright, where'd it go? That's so cool. I can't believe we've seen 2 so far this year. And I actually think there might be more than 1 out there right now. Yeah, I think it's more than 1. Feeding frenzy out there. Hoping I was going to see it breach.
Take a video.
Yeah, it's just a video.
That's what I actually saw it out of the corner of my eye. Like breach.
Damn. That's awesome. Ryan and I saw that probably like a month ago. Wild. I had no idea if there were just whales off the coast of New Jersey. Not even that far. Another indication that there's a lot of fish out here.
Yep. Well, we're running into a problem right now where there's too much bait. Like if you
That's a fair point. Too many options.
Yep.
I had to leave at 4:30, but you can't beat this.